Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my studio. This is Paint with Lovejoy. Thanks so much for joining me. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel and check out the other videos. And if you're here for a second, third, or fourth time, thank you so much for coming back and getting creative. Alright guys, it's going to be another fun painting for my first time painters, and we are using a limited color palette today. So grab your supplies and remember to take your progress photos as we go along. So like I said, this is gonna be a limited color. We're gonna be using black, white, and then a little bit of red for the cherry blossoms on the tree. So right now we're gonna make light gray, and you can add water to this. We're gonna keep this layer kind of thin so that way we kind of have a base that we're gonna put our other colors on top of. And as you're making your light gray, a little bit of black goes a long way. And you do want to keep this kind of on the light gray side. Now, if you have to mix your color 2 or 3 times and it's a slightly different shade each time, don't stress about getting it perfect. You know, having a few even lighter and darker areas just actually adds to the intrigue of your composition and your painting. So as you're filling in this space on your canvas, we're going to fill in the entire area with this light gray. Try different brush strokes. Try moving it up and down. Try moving it left and right. Maybe try using X marks. Right now, as a beginner painter and first-time painter, you are just increasing your comfort level with your tools every single time that you paint. So this is one of those things that just gets better and more comfortable with more practice. So still filling in all the edges, and you can see where I actually made my mixture a little darker than I originally intended, and then just went back and changed it and kind of worked it into the background. So if that happens to you, just embrace whatever might be going on in your background. If you want a place that's a little bit lighter, you can grab some of that direct white like I just did and mix it into your background. Since we've got a nice base on here, you can do a little bit of wet on wet blending. Again, just getting comfortable with moving paint on the canvas and filling up the space. Now, if you are one of my first time painters, remember to breathe and relax. You're doing a great job. Now we're going to go up a little bit darker. So we're doing a light medium gray. So I want you to go about 2 shades darker than what you had for your background. And we're going to kind of give the hint that we have these kind of fading mountains going off into the background. And I started on that left-hand side and just this kind of, kind of abstract mountain shape, and then started pulling that color towards the bottom of the canvas. Again, just play with that, mimic a little bit what you see on the canvas, and trust your instincts. Or, I'm sorry, mimic what you see on the video. So now we're going to go a little bit darker, and again, 1 or 2 shades darker than what you were just using. So it may be lighter or darker than what I have on the video. And doing the same thing, we've got a darker mountain that's going to be in front of the one we just applied, and then again, kind of just pulling those brush strokes straight down towards the bottom of the canvas. Now, don't stress on trying to get your brush strokes perfect or smooth or even. This is a painting that I want you to do maybe the first time kind of quick, and then once you get the flow of it, maybe come back and do this painting again and take it more in section by section and do all the details that you want. But for your first one, just kind of jump in there and just change that blank surface into your painting. So now this is the final mountain that we're going to put on here, and this is using that direct black. And because I'm using student grade paint, I am applying this rather thick. And also the base underneath is still kind of wet and those different shades of gray, so it'll change. So like I said, don't worry about your brush strokes being perfect. It's more important the process of painting this today rather than perfection. On your second and third and fourth round, you can increase your perfection on those. All right, you're doing good. We've got kind of this nice little hint of a kind of a mountain scene that we're looking into, or maybe canyon, since we have these mountains kind of stacked in front of each other. And then we're going to be moving into putting our tree in here. And you can let this fully dry if you want, or you can move right into the tree. I did not let mine dry, and I moved right into the tree. So you'll see me holding the brush kind of at a 45-degree angle so I can apply that paint a little bit thicker. You are more than welcome to do the same thing. All right, so putting that tree trunk in first, and I am kind of thinking of, kind of an interesting shaped bonsai tree or a really old tree that's been there for a while that has these knots and different turns in them. So the tree trunk will be a little bit thicker, then we'll add the branches, and then we'll go in with a smaller, possibly even the pointy brush for smaller branches. So again, as a first-time painter, play with the pressure of your brush. More pressure against the canvas will create a wider line. Light pressure will create a smaller line. Now, if you realize you're holding your breath or your brush is shaking as you go to apply this, that means you're holding your breath. So if you exhale as you touch the brush to the canvas, that will be of benefit for your process. And like I said earlier, I was kind of picturing a bonsai kind of tree, given the landscape. But if you want to put more of an oak tree or something a little more symmetrical, go right ahead and put the type of tree that you want. Same with the background. If you feel like switching out colors and using blues and greens and browns, go right ahead and switch out any colors. Same with the tree. I'll be using shades of pink for the foliage on the tree, but again, if you want purple or blue or yellow or green, your call. All right, so this part I do recommend allowing it to dry just so that way you don't get the black in with your light shade of pink. And I'm moving down to this medium flat brush. And we're starting off with a light pink first, so that is white with a tiny amount of red. You will notice a little bit of red goes a long way. And if you do what I did to where your first mixture was a little bit darker, go right ahead and make a second pile, making it a little bit lighter. The more that you mix your paint, the more comfort you'll find in creating your colors. Now for the application of this, I am holding the brush kind of perpendicular to the canvas, almost at a 90-degree angle, and literally just tapping the brush on the canvas. And I am kind of twirling the brush a little bit in between my fingers so it's not the exact same mark making, but just this kind of tapping method makes for really nice foliage. You can do this with a Q-tip. You could do it with the back end of your brush. Some people have done this finger painting, but feel free to kind of use any tools that you want to create this foliage. We're going to be laying this base light pink down first, and then we're going to go for a little bit darker pink on the bottom, and then we'll be going for the pure white on the top, kind of creating three values for this kind of like cherry blossom tree that we have going on here. Again, remember to breathe. If you want some leaves that are falling towards the ground or a collection on the ground, go right ahead and add those. Trust your instincts as you are painting. All right, we're doing good. So now moving into a medium pink, and I'm going back to that first pink that I mixed since it was a little bit darker, and I am grabbing a little bit of red to make it a little bit darker as well. And you'll notice that as you tap your brush on top of the light pink, the darker pink will start to diffuse. So sometimes you may want to even grab a darker shade than necessary because it's going to mix with your base color on there. Again, the more that you paint, the more this will kind of become a little more intuitive and kind of secondhand knowledge for you. All right, but doing good, relaxing. This turned out to be a very pretty looking tree, and I like the monochromatic grayscale background. So now cleaning that brush really good, we're going to move into white paint. Same application, but we're going to be putting this on the top of the foliage. And this is indicating that the light source is coming from above. And same thing with the darker pink. You'll notice that as you add the white, it will start to diffuse with the base colors and not be so pure white anymore. So feel free to grab more paint every couple of taps or brush strokes, and just again, adjust as you need to. Hopefully you have enjoyed this process and kind of forget about the rest of the world for a little bit. That is one of the best aspects of painting. I do recommend that you try to find a creative outlet on a regular basis for yourself, monthly, weekly. If you can do it daily, awesome. But please try to find some creative outlets to just kind of help balance out your life. So thanks so much for hanging out and painting with me, guys. Until next time, cheers. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the process of painting and I hope how you liked how your paintings turned out. I'm really proud of you for painting at home. As you're uploading your pictures to social media, please tag me at or hashtag paintwithlovejoy or email me your pictures paintwithlovejoy@gmail.com. I really enjoy seeing those. I try to post them on social media and encourage other beginners and first-time painters to try painting. So please share this with your community and keep getting creative. If you have any comments, feedback, suggestions, things you want me to paint in the future, go ahead and leave a comment and I will answer them as quickly as I can and try to get those new paintings in my production list and on the rotation. So thanks again for taking time out of your day to get creative with me. Don't wait too long to do your next one. And until then, cheers.